So if you've been keeping up with my channel, you may have noticed that I've been doing a lot more ATEEZ content than I typically do because they released this album a week and a half ago, and I've just been head over heels about some of the songs on there, and especially a lot of the rapping on there has been really cool. And I want to cap off my ATEEZ addiction this past week and a half with what I do best typically in my channel, which is rap flow breakdowns. And I want to show you guys their coolest flow they have done as a rap line to date. And I'm sure I referenced it somewhere in the thumbnail or title, but it's actually the song This World, the first song on their opening, the intro to the album basically. And it's so cool. Just a few notes before we dive into this. One, I'm doing this kind of raw. I'm not gonna edit it too much, so please mind any subtle pauses or uhs or ums, all of that. I'm not gonna edit this too much. I just want to talk with you guys and show you guys why this is cool. And secondly, in the pinned comment, you can listen to this fully engulfed with the actual song, so you can hear HongJoong and Mingi rap over top of this and see what that actually sounds like, right? And see what that sounds like with the song. That's in the pinned comment. Feel free to check that out. I just wanted to avoid copyright. So let's dive into this. And the first strange thing I just want to mention is this is only 6 bars. Typically a K-pop rap, as you can see, it says 6 down here, right? 6 full rap bars. Typically K-pop, they do 4 per rapper or sometimes 8 per rapper. And if you want to get into like a solo song, they'll do 16 bars if the rapper gets the entire verse. It's typically around there. So this is really strange that it's only a 6-bar rap. But the reason for that is because this isn't a HongJoong rap. This isn't a Mingi rap. This is an ATEEZ rap, which is so cool that this is their one of their most impressive raps that it's as a rap line, because they're doing a passe here, which is kind of what my Discord server termed it as. I'm pretty sure it's a made-up term for my Discord server, but I've adopted it. I like what it means and what it is. It's basically when 2 or more rappers will take one verse and intermingle each other into it, right? They'll intertwine their verse and, start finishing each other's bars, essentially. And it can even get to the point where they're finishing each other's words. But in this case, it's just finishing each other's bars. I don't think they finish each other's words here. And you can mainly see that in bar 5, which is really cool. As you can see, HongJoong has 2 beats here, and then Mingi has a beat plus a 16th note, and then HongJoong finishes it off with the last 3 16th notes into the next bar, and then Mingi finishes that bar. Really cool way to separate it, and just overall such a fun way to make a verse. People in Harmony did that recently. Stray Kids did that recently. We've been really blessed this month with passes. If you guys comment down below if you want to know what the other passe raps are from K-pop, I can give you a few. But let's dive into what they're actually doing on an individual level. We'll start with HongJoong because he starts off this rap, and he has a really cool climax. If you don't know what you're looking at right here, the bottom part is the flow. Those X's right there, that is the actual syllables that he is spitting. Those are every single syllable that has its own rhythm, how much space he is putting on that syllable. And it's written on a music sheet for music theory. And then the top is the cadence. This is the part you're feeling when you're listening to the rap. It's like the parts that he's like punching at you, right? Right? So there's the others parts in there, but you don't really vibe along with that. You're listening to those big punches, right? That's what the top part is. And together, that pretty much makes the overall flow, if you will. And that's what I have written out here. So HongJoong overall has this really cool climax with his flow, which is extremely hard to do in a K-pop rap itself being only 4 bars. But HongJoong does it in 2, which is wild to me. But the entire thing is really based in this cadence of a dotted 16th, dotted 16th, 16th. Which ends up going into 30-second notes, which is understandable because it's a slower BPM in the song. I transcribed it in what would be halftime, I guess. I think this is regular time, but I don't know, most K-pop sites like to call everything super fast for some reason. But either way, 88 BPM, so it's not the most difficult thing to go into 30-second notes, but HongJoong just makes it the entire rap's purpose. He's constantly doing 30-second notes and offbeat 16ths. 30-second note, dotted 16th, regular 16th, regular 16th, dotted, dotted, regular. 30-second note, offbeat 16th, offbeat 16th, 30-second 16th. He's going into some offbeat 16ths. He's got down here, which is some offbeat 16ths. It's like a diddle into an offbeat 16th into another diddle. Really fun, and that's kind of like the baseline for the hype, but he doesn't even stick with that. In the third bar in the third beat right here, he's going 16th, diddle, 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 like super fast diddle, I guess, 30-second 16th, right? Into the dotted 16th and everything. So really the backbone is this very choppy, very articulate rhythm, and going into very difficult time signatures to keep, or time signatures, I'm sorry, I misspoke. It's not time signatures. He's going into very difficult rhythms to keep in time and making it work as well. And then we move into Mingi, who, let's get into the Passe and why this is such a good verse overall, takes what HongJoong does here, right? Remember this cadence I talked about? This is like the backbone of it. Da, 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 da. That's like that backbone cadence that you're feeling. Mingi takes that to start off the rap. Da, 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 da. He takes that to start off the rap, adds in triplets, eighth note triplets to be specific, but adds in eighth note triplets or sextuplets if you want to call them that, and then goes into the dotted 16ths again to end off the freaking thing. He goes back to what HongJoong started, so he's using what HongJoong already got us used to with his climax, and Mingi takes that climax as his starting base, adds in a new rhythm that HongJoong didn't even mention, and then still concludes with what HongJoong was doing, mixing them all together in this final thing as well. And then when they go in together, HongJoong then plays with the sextuplet, half sextuplet. Mingi then uses HongJoong's cadence he started off with. It's such a fun way that they collab, because Mingi didn't use this flow once. This flow that I said was the backbone of HongJoong, right? Da 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 da. That's like the backbone of like those like odd diddle rhythms, right? That's what HongJoong was doing in bar 2. Right? That's what he was doing there. Mingi then uses it in the Passe while HongJoong is using Mingi's triplet or eighth note triplet. Like, it's so much fun. They're playing with each other's flows and intertwining them into one full rap as like almost one rapper, but using two different voices to add another layer of delivery, which is so much fun when you break it down. I don't know. I just think this is really cool. Hopefully that sheds a little bit of light onto this and why it's cool, why I like this, why I think it's their best as a rap line. Might not be their best individually flows, but it's still really cool to listen to, especially this bar 2 from HongJoong is so much fun. And what Mingi does in bar 4 right here is still so much fun as well, with these eighth note triplets into these dotted 16th notes. Overall, such a fun verse. Hopefully this gave you guys a little bit insight. And actually, I want to give some Patreon shoutouts at the end of the video. Guys, if you want to be shouted out like this at the end of every video, as well as see videos 12 hours early, get special access to reactions I make and other benefits, you get some more on Patreon for just a few dollars a month. So here's everyone's names: Swiss, Just a Penguin, Arston, Laura Fernandez, Leah Roslin, Muse Ribbons, Book, Smila X Smith, Anonymous, Aquablade, Austin, Ava Winter, Caitlin Gervin, Caleb Fawn, DM Wilson, Eris Erod, Ava Farhan, Fleur, Fred Earth, Griffin Chiavo, Hannah Hanamano, Jashila Tristianto, Kay Katrin Newells, Lorian 24, Mary Natalia Kurzinska, Novelite, Petra Yenius, Premlislaw Polinsky, Ralph Adora, Ran 1998, Rich, Rochelle Beardsley, Rai, Sandy Kai, Sky 145, Take None, Valtini, and Vanny Yan. Thank you all so much, and have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. Bye!